Hello and welcome back. I got another battle report for you, and this time I brought my warriors to face an orc and goblin army. As a teacher and a night mage hobbyist, I'm in the business of twisting young people's mind into in favor of wargaming, so this game was mainly intended as an educational introduction game. On my team I had Philip who wanted to get a feel for the game and see what it was about, and on the opposing side we have Gustav, who is relatively new to the game but is starting to get some experience and is eager to play and learn, so it's exciting to see how far he has come since it's been some months since I last saw him play. As I thought we would be short on time, I chose my warriors as the list is very easy and fast to play. It had some changes since last it was fielded, but it is still centered around 2 tank lords, crushers and a block of warriors. Gustav had lots of goblins and then 2 units of heavy hitter in the boar orcs and the iron orcs. We played a frontline assault and captured the flags, but to be honest I don't think any of us had the scenario much in mind during the game. We alternated deploying until it dropped down everything and tried to get favorable matchups for our units. So his deployment from our left was a chariot, the bow goblins with the shaman, a giant, iron orcs with the general, boar riders, spear goblins with the BSB, and from my left we had the hell riders, crushers with lord and BSB, the fallen beast, battle shrine, warriors with general, the knights, and lastly the dogs. It should have been me that vanguarded first, I realize now, but not then. So first off, his goblins vanguard up since they had some vanguard item I forgot to put in the list description. Next he marched up everything but his rightmost unit. His magic didn't have any range, so for shooting I stupidly left him able to shoot the Hell Riders with just pure luck. 3 out of 5 actually survived. After that, the first thing I do is to put them safely behind the hill. The only thing else I do is to place the dogs next to his goblins to force the Madgits out. For magic I kill the boar rider turn 2 and he moves the giant and the boar riders up very aggressively, while the rest follows a bit slower. For magic he gets Trial of Fate on my BSB, almost killing it, but for 1 wound. The Madgits kill 4 dogs and the last one panics. So in my turn I decided my crusher lord should be able to kill his giant, while my knights should beat his boar riders easy. So those charges I make and they get in. The crushers take aim at the shaman's unit, while the BSB run and hide. Magic does nothing, and in combat I manage to put 1 wound on the giant and kill the boar riders. The knights pursue and catch them while charging into the goblins. I know the knights will probably die, but at least it will take some effort, and I consider it a fair trade for his boar orcs. He decides to put a quick end to the knights and charge the iron orcs into the flank. The Madgits don't do any damage and nothing else move. His magic didn't do anything important either, and in combat the knights go down rather easily, especially to his iron orc lord. My lord does 2 wounds to the giant this turn. Next the crushers go into his goblins and the rest just hangs back. Magic and I continue to try break the spirit on his orcs, but he dispels it, so only fireball get through. Combat and I kill a whole bunch of goblins, but it sticks. The lord finishes off the giant. In his turn he tries to dual charge my warriors and use the WOG rule, or what's it called, The charges fail, so it doesn't matter much. For magic, he hacks the crushers down to strength 2, which is rather nasty. I still kill a bunch of goblins and win, but he continues to stick. Next, it's my turn to charge, and a bit too confident perhaps, I charge both the warriors and the Crusher Lord into the Iron Orcs. Since only the warriors make it, things become a bit shaky. I don't get Break the Spirit off, so magic isn't of much use at the moment. In combat we have a general challenge, and he managed to wound my lord while his get away unscathed. I win by killing a bunch of orcs, but he sticks. In the other combat I still get enough wounds in to win despite the strength 2, but he still sticks despite his rather low leadership. His BSB and spear goblins now have a nice flank on my warriors, and they get in without any problem. Magic, and I think he only get Trial of Faith off on my Crusher Lord, which this time does nothing. In combat the Crushers break and run down the Shaman's unit. In the other combat I fail big and can't get the snake eyes I need to stick. He runs me down in the direction of the Crusher Lord, which made it so that the Iron Orcs have an overrun charge into that one. My turn 5, and I try to put my lone things in a safe position as I can while the Crushers move in for the last turn. I get Break the Spirit off on the Orcs, so in combat I think I kill his general, and regardless who won the combat, both stuck. So his last turn, and he moves the goblins a bit. In combat I win, but he remains steadfast and stick. I had a bit of luck on my lord's saves this turn, I might add, which is of rather big significance in the very last turn, where the lord takes 2 wounds from the orcs, but survives. Since the Crushers had got into the flank here, the orcs are severely crushed anyway, but the lord's points probably should have gone to the orcs. Well, I don't think I'm lying when saying that this was the quickest standard point game I have ever played. Of course there was a whole bunch of mistakes made, but as I mentioned, it was a very casual game, so it is what it is. I still favor my spiky pointiers, but it was refreshing to play something else for once. In a couple of weeks I plan to attend 2 tournaments at the DEF CON event in my hometown. One of those is supposed to be with warband size armies, and it might be that the warriors will get the honor of being chosen for that one. Not fully decided on anything yet though, so we'll see. Well, see you another time.